If you ever needed a clearer picture of just how absolutely fucked up the games industry is right now, then look no further than what just happened at Epic Games. Fortnite, one of the biggest games in the world, millions of players, billions of dollars generated over the years, a game that literally helped define the modern era of gaming for good or for bad. And today, Epic announced that they are going to be laying off over 1,000 employees. And if things are turning bad for Fortnite, then that means there's a serious fucking problem. They claim that engagement is slowing down and that money spent in the game is less than money spent to develop the game and keep the servers running. And this is where the concern starts to really creep in. Because this isn't just about Fortnite. This is about what live service games have become. A system where success isn't enough. You don't just have to win. You have to keep winning forever. Every season, every update, every event. You better be seeing those player numbers continue to rise, because the second they fall, everything starts to fall apart. And if a game like Fortnite can't escape that pressure, what chance does anybody else have? I've been playing Fortnite since literally the exact second it went live. And honestly, Fortnite is responsible for some of the most fun times I've had playing games with my friends. We used to be on every single day, and all of us have thousands of hours in the game. Sure, we haven't been playing the whole time. There was times where we didn't play for a year. There was times where we didn't play for months, but we always came back to it because it's always just a good time to run around, to play and have fun and shoot shit and laugh. That's what the game's about, just having a good time with your friends. And over the years, Fortnite has consistently been able to pull people back into the game by releasing engaging updates, collaborations that make you want to spend your hard-earned money in the game, and they've really been able to just keep people focused on playing. But at some point along the way, the player numbers started to drop, which is normal. Not every game is a forever game, and not every game maintains its massive peak all the time, unless you're something like Counter-Strike or League of Legends. But even those games see drops. Everything does. But Fortnite is so reliant on this never-ending money machine that even the slightest drop is causing the biggest problem. I think what's happened to Fortnite is that they lost focus of what exactly they're supposed to be. This is a game that was originally just a battle royale. Well, actually, before that, it was a survival game, Save the World, Fortnite Save the World. And when it was originally announced, it was supposed to be like a survival tower defense. Besides the point. The main portion of Fortnite is battle royale, and that should have always been the focus. And I know times change, and the overall sentiment towards battle royales have kind of dropped. People think they're getting stale, and there's not enough new that keeps the whole idea fresh. So people have moved on to things like extraction shooters, where things are more tense and you get a more engaging gameplay system, and it doesn't just feel like the same exact loop that you've been playing for literally like almost 10 years at this point. But instead of pivoting to those types of gamers that want a more serious experience, because Fortnite is also not a serious game, they pivoted to the Roblox crowd, because they thought that Roblox is the goal, where you can have millions upon millions of players who are spending every single dollar they have on the game because they're children and they don't know any better. And then when they see somebody with a cool hat, they want the hat. So they'll buy the Robux and they'll spend it in the game, and then they're gonna keep playing and they're gonna wear that hat and they're gonna be in love with it. And Fortnite thought, why don't we do that? Let's add shoes, let's add pets, let's get people to build out their character, whatever, with all these little attachments, and then let's add all these different Unreal experiences where they're literally just one-for-one ripoffs of Roblox games, except in Fortnite. It's like they're banking their entire success and future of the game on Steal a Brain Rot and Escape the Tsunami and whatever other bullshit that Roblox is producing. That's not what people want on a Fortnite. That's not what they want Fortnite to become. They don't want this garbage UI on the main screen. They don't want this terrible experience where it seems like the game is less about actual battle royale and having a good time and more about being a platform to be a collaboration space. Remember the metaverse when it was first announced and it was supposed to be this pretty much exact copy of the Oasis from Ready Player One? And obviously they didn't pull that off. The one game that actually did pull that off is Fortnite. Except instead of giving you a social space to interact and kind of do whatever you want, it's given you a battle royale that they've kind of pushed to the side to introduce a bunch of small bullshit games ripped directly from Roblox and have you focus your time there. Except the average player doesn't want to play those experiences because they're garbage. And once you've played them for honestly 20 minutes, you're sick of it, you're bored with it, you're done with it. And then when you go back to the regular experience like battle royale or reload or ballistic, those experiences aren't built up enough. There's not enough new, and the changes that do come are catered to the wrong people, so the people who are willing to spend more time in the game fall off because the game has now changed into something else. It's why throughout many years of the game, I've gone through ups and downs with it, where I come in on a season and it's terrible and I immediately drop off and I don't come back until next season or even 2 seasons or even 3 seasons later, because that's how bad they push the game. And now even people who are wanting those experiences like Ballistic aren't going to be able to find them because they're shutting them down. Rocket Racing, Ballistic, and Festival Battle Stage are going offline. We've built a lot of Fortnite modes, and in some cases we failed to build something awesome enough to attract and retain a large player base. We are going to shut these modes down on the scheduled outline below, and we're grateful for everyone who played. The problem is that you didn't spend enough time to dedicate to the modes that actually mattered. Nobody really cared about Rocket Racing. It was an attempt to capture an audience that was dedicated to Mario Kart or to Crash Team Racing, and you wanted to pull those people into Fortnite with a less good experience. So why would they stop playing the game they adore to play something that sucks just because it's in Fortnite? They won't. Same with Ballistic. You saw people playing Valorant, you saw people playing Counter-Strike, and you said we could capitalize on this. So you made a worse copy where everything about it is worse, it plays worse, it feels worse, the map sucks, everything about it is worse. And then you barely updated it, and then now you're almost like blaming us? Well, people didn't play it, we're just gonna drop it. But I think the focus should be on that they did fail to build something awesome enough. But it's because it's their fault, because they didn't give it enough attention. They didn't put enough care into it to make sure that it can last, to make sure that it can be successful, to make sure that it can be an experience worth playing. And that's the issue that Fortnite consistently is dealing with right now, where it's consistently putting out content, but it's not content that anyone over the age of 10 actually wants to enjoy. Fortnite has literally dug its own grave right next to Roblox's, by basically wrapping its arms around Roblox and making out with it and saying, let's make Roblox babies and let's just combine our games and let's be the same thing. But is that what anybody wants from Fortnite? I don't think so. I don't think most people think so. And it's probably why also they're seeing a big drop in engagement. Fortnite has become a bloated mess. It's completely different than what it used to be. And even when they brought back like the classic mode to get people engaged, to get people remembering the good times, the nostalgia of Fortnite, even that wasn't enough because every single other aspect of the game is trying to just force you to spend money on it and force you to try out these other experiences in the hopes that you'll become addicted to stealing a brain rot. But you won't, because you're not dumb as hell. It's honestly becoming like a failed experiment. They've gone so far in the wrong direction that they don't know what to do now. And their only choice is to lay off over 1,000 people, some of which are the people who have been responsible for Fortnite for years. Writers, environmental artists, animators, designers, people who have been there since the beginning are being let go. Today, we're laying off over 1,000 Epic employees. I'm sorry we're here again. The downturn in Fortnite engagement that started in 2025 means we're spending significantly more than we're making, and we have to make major cuts to keep the company funded. This layoff, together with over $500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, and closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. Now also, I gotta just say something about this, because let's be real here. Fortnite has consistently made like probably tens of, if not hundreds of $1 million a month for who knows how many years now. And the second there's a slight downturn, it's like, oh my God, we gotta shut everything down. Everybody needs to go, everybody needs to be fired. We're gonna be losing $12, we can't handle this. Like, fuck yourself, man. It's the same bullshit. Remember with COVID and the airports couldn't operate for like a month and then they instantly needed a government bailout because they were like out of money within days. And then they turned to us, regular people, and they're like, how come you guys don't have $1 billion saved in the bank? Huh? How come you guys can't just survive on no job for a year? What's your problem? Like, fuck yourself, okay? Fuck yourself. I hate that these people lost their job. It really sucks. I feel really, really bad for them, but fuck you, Epic Games, for this bullshit, okay? You got billions of dollars, billions, but not making as much money for a few months that's the end of it for you. Some of the challenges we're facing are industry-wide challenges: slower growth, weaker spending, and tougher cost economics. Current consoles selling less than last generations, and games competing for time against other increasingly engaging forms of entertainment. Now, I think this is also something that's half true. Sure, there's slower growth, and yeah, there's absolutely weaker spending. Have you seen the current price of gas? Have you seen the current price of food? Have you seen the current price of literally anything to keep yourself alive? No wonder people aren't spending as much on Robux. On V-Bucks. Current consoles aren't selling as well as last generations. I think the PS5 currently has like 100 million user base. and the game is still active on PS4, and the game is active on mobile, and the game is active on Switch, and Xbox, and PC, what the fuck are you talking about, man? There's so many possible ways to play Fortnite right now that is absolutely bullshit and has nothing to do with anything. And games competing for time against other increasingly engaging forms of entertainment, yeah, everybody's finding entertainment everywhere else other than Fortnite, because right now the only thing that Fortnite has to offer is that it has crossover skins. So people see a character that they like in Fortnite and they want it. Right now, that's literally it. Other than that, there's almost no reason to open Fortnite. Unless it's like the only game you like and you enjoy, which fine, enjoy it. I personally do like Fortnite a lot. I just don't play it anymore. But realistically, Fortnite is kind of bullshit now. Let's be real. Let's be real. The one good thing is that they're saying that the layoffs aren't related to AI. To the extent it improves productivity, we want to have as many awesome developers developing great content and tech as we can. Yeah, I half believe them again. I think a lot of what they're saying is bullshit. I think if you're letting go of your writers and you're letting go of your environmental people and you're letting go of your designers and you're letting go of people who did the coding to keep the servers going and stuff, it kind of makes me think that you're just gonna have AI handling that code. And that's a big time cost cutting measure. And I think that fucking sucks. I think we're getting to a point now where it's becoming very, very clear that if you're a AAA game, especially a AAA live service game, the goal essentially is you need to be making like $100 million a month or else your game's gonna shut down. And it's crazy to think that. It's crazy to think that even a game like Battlefield that hit record-breaking numbers, that had almost 1 million active players at launch, and they laid people off. And they said they can't get content out quick enough. This is a really bad sign for AAA games. This is a really bad sign for the future of the industry. That a game that makes $1 bazillion with millions upon millions of players is starting to have issues like this. It really kind of seems like nobody has a chance. Like, unless you're Grand Theft Auto 6, nobody has a chance right now. It's crazy. It's crazy how far we've got. And it's no wonder that these studios are so interested in games like Peak, where something costs you so little, but players can be so invested. They're desperate to have something like that. Desperate. It's why they're banking so hard on these bullshit experiences, because they're hoping one is just good enough to keep you locked in so that they can just blast that off and hope that that gets them enough money and it costs them nothing to run because it's such a bullshit cheap game. But I love Peak, that's not what I'm saying, but I mean for like steal a brain rot or something. I think what's happening at Epic is bad. I think 1,000 new people entering the unemployment space from the game space is very, very bad, because those people are gonna have a tough time finding jobs, especially right now. Every studio seems to be laying people off. Even also today, PlayStation announced that Dark Cowboy Studios or whatever it's called, Jason Bloodell's, the Call of Duty guy, their new studio, shutting that down. They didn't even make a game, shutting it down. It's bad out there, man. This is not good. This is not good for anybody. Not good for Fortnite, not good for the games industry, really not good for AAA games. This is a dark sign of things to come. It sucks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.